spring, everybody. How are you? It's been, seems like forever since we have cooked together, and it's so funny because it seems like those are my famous first words every time that I do a new video. So some things just never change, and that definitely doesn't change about me. So I am grateful to be back in the kitchen with you. For those of you who live in the Midwest, especially Council Bluffs, Iowa, and the surrounding areas, you know how beautiful it is here. It is spring, and today it is April 11th, at about 2:16 in the afternoon, to be precise, and 80 degrees today. As you can tell, I have been outside working in my herb gardens and planting some of my pretty edible flowers because I've got lots of sun, and it's wonderful. What started off as a very mild winter here in the Midwest turned out to be the longest winter known to man, it feels like. Just long. And the groundhog said that we were going to have a late spring, and I think we all can agree that we are not a fan of that groundhog this year. But with all of that in mind, I think we are on a really good path, and that the nice weather is finally upon us. For those of you who are watching this from all around the world, I just want to say hello. I hope everyone is doing good. And today what we are going to do is we are going to make something that is extremely popular. It's probably the most I feel like I say this a lot, quiche is one of my most popular things. Crepes are one of my most popular things. Coconut dreams cake, those scones, all of the things that I've really been teaching you on these videos are your favorite things and my customers' favorite things. And this one falls right into that category, and it's my cranberry apple chicken salad. And I thought that I would just give all my secrets away and teach you this one too, because this is actually just perfect for Mother's Day, for all of those spring brunches that you're planning. And it is from my Mediterranean line, because I don't know about you, but I know, like, for me in the winter, I slow down. Like, it's cold and it's dark, and I want to just be on my couch under a blanket at the end of my day. So we're not as active, and maybe we put on a couple pounds. I know, like, I have a little frosting addiction that I am gratefully overcoming. I'm replacing it with my wonderful Greek yogurt, honey Greek yogurt. But this chicken salad can be used in so many beautiful ways, and it is completely gluten-free, it is keto-friendly, and it can be made even mayonnaise-free, which I'm going to show you today as well. So let's get our aprons on, and let's get started. If you've had a hectic day, this is your perfect opportunity to get grounded, to get centered, to just brush off anything that may be lingering on you from your day, and have a Zen moment with me. And I don't have any shoes on. I am barefoot. So do get comfortable however that looks for you in your kitchen, because you're going to spend the next 30 minutes with me laughing and learning and growing and cooking some amazing food. So let's just get started. My ingredients, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we are using today and what is going in this, and then I will always, if you're like, oh my gosh, Wenday, you went too fast, or I didn't get all of these memorized, instead of pausing the video, you can just give me a phone call, 813-255-5153, or you can stop down and see me at the boutique, which is open from Tuesday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I am in-house just 2 days a week, and my girls are running it while I'm there. So I would probably say the best way to get a hold of me is just give me a phone call, and we can write those ingredients down if, because I know, I don't use recipes, so this is just something that I made up. So the ingredients are, I have chicken breast. This is a honey mesquite fully cooked chicken breast that I get at Sam's Club. And I get this at the Sam's Club that's located on 132nd and L Street in Omaha. Fully cooked, wonderfully tender mesquite chicken breast. You can use any kind of chicken breast that you want. You can use a rotisserie. You can bake off your own chicken in the oven. And you can use that. You can use, maybe you went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, or another place and had fried chicken. You can actually peel the skin off of that and use that as well. I will tell you that if you have had this of mine, you will know that I don't use any dark meat. I am just not a fan of dark meat, but you are more than welcome to use that if you'd like. So we have our chicken breast. We have dried cranberries here, and I would say that I have 1/4 of a cup of dried cranberries for 4 chicken breasts today. I've got lemon, because we're going to use a fresh squeezed lemon. We could also use some lemon juice, which I'll show you when we get to that point. And I have purple onion. I'm going to tell you that it is important for you to use a purple onion because it really adds that sweetness and that color that we are looking for, that a Vidalia or a yellow or a white onion just doesn't have. And we have some celery here. And I have went ahead and cut these celery just into pieces here. I cut both ends off because make sure that you know that you need to cut both of those ends off, because as they sit in the store after they've been plucked from the earth, they begin to harden and have a really yucky kind of edge to them. So just make sure you trim up your celery. And then I have 1 onion, and this is a red onion that I put in here. And I will tell you that I do not put green onion in my chicken salad because or green apple, pardon me. I use red, or a red and golden kind of apple. This is a pink lady apple that I got from Aldi. And she came in a bag, like tons of them for like $2.99. So I generally kind of scan the shelves of Aldi or Trader Joe's and see what red apples they have that are most affordable. I tend to use Pink Lady, Gala, and a Fuji apple most often, but that does not say that they are better than something that you may have. But I do steer away from green for this because the green are a little bit just too tart and too sour. I use those more for baking and things that are actually going to go through the baking process, and that added with sugar gets kind of rid of some of that sourness, maybe, I guess. And then the last thing that I have is some almonds that I crushed. So these are almond pieces, and that is the magic plate of whole, healthy, wonderful, earthy ingredients that's going into this. And then we have either mayonnaise. I use a lot of mayonnaise because mayonnaise is a secret ingredient in what? Quiz. Do you know what the answer is? It's in my cakes. That's why cakes that come out of Wenday's Bakery and Boutique are super moist, because we replace oil with mayonnaise. Same thing here in this dish that we're making is I do use full fat mayonnaise. I don't use Miracle Whip or I don't use like a salad dressing, so to speak. I stick with this good stuff here. And maybe, just maybe, you are like my Aunt Mary. My Aunt Mary is a beautiful, witchy, kind of wonderful herbalist who I've learned a lot from in my life. And she doesn't even like mayonnaise. She just kind of steers away from that fat and that oil-based substance. So you can also make this with a Greek yogurt. And this is a honey Greek yogurt, but you can use just the original Greek, and that is absolutely amazing. So just know you can do either of those. And I am making this for one of my clients. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm a private chef. And I cook meals instead of like getting something from HelloFresh. That is a huge company that comes from far away. I have people locally who have me do that same thing for them. And that way they are getting, they have special diets, or if they are looking for more of my Mediterranean, whole foods, low fat, low carb kind of meals, they can order those right for me. And these customers of mine are okay with mayonnaise, so that's what we're going to use for this video today. Okay, guys? So hopefully you're staying with me on that, and I'm going to just get started and show you how we mix this all together, and then show you the magic spices that go in this, and then we're going to make the salad out of it. How does that sound? Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I have my handy dandy bread knife, and I'm just cutting my chicken. You can cut yours, or you can even pull it apart. I am going to do it. I guess I can do it a couple different ways today so you can kind of see. Once again, I'm not getting every single piece of chicken in a uniform shape or size, because remember, we like our food to be rustic. We like things to have all different shapes and sizes and textures, because, you know, just like us humans, we like a variety. We are all different colors, shapes, sizes, sex, genders, all sorts of different things, and that's what makes us beautiful. So I hope you've been watching my other videos and learning and growing through some of those lessons. Now I'm just showing you how, if you wanted to pull your chicken apart, I just use my fingers. Get your love in this bowl. And by doing this, instead of cutting it, it does like change the texture a little bit. It also does make it stay in, like if you're going to use bread or something like that, or even on a salad, it just makes it prettier. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, by taking that extra time to use your fingers and getting you and your love in there, it's going to change your chicken salad. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the chicken breast by doing that very thing that I just told you to do. Now, I will say, this is really important. So as you're pulling your chicken, you're going to have some fat, like membrane on the edge, kind of some gristle. You are going to want to pull that off. And that is another, see, like that's, I'm going to show you this. So that is kind of like the edge of the chicken. And by using your fingers, you can feel that. That way you can get it out of there, because there is nothing more unappetizing than eating your beautiful chicken salad and getting something in your mouth. So make sure you do that. I'm singing today. Can you hear me as I'm teaching? I'm singing, got a little song in my heart. Woke up early this morning. The birds were chirping. The sun was coming over my hill. And I was just grateful to be alive. Okay, we're almost done with this. Can you feel the peace kind of as I'm doing this? I know that for me, doing one thing at a time helps me to stay centered. And if I've had some bad news or stressful day or all those different things that happen to us, I know that by just taking the time and just saying, hey, listen, this is what I'm going to do right now, it really kind of helps me to feel better. I'm assuming that might be why you're watching this, is because cooking is relaxing for you too, and a tool in your toolbox, your happiness toolbox. Okay, chicken's done. 4 chicken breasts line the bottom of that bowl. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands off here. All right, let's start adding our other ingredients. I'm going to do the apple next. I am not going to spend a lot of time washing my knife because that chicken was fully cooked. There is no bacteria on there. It is good. All of these ingredients are going to end up in this same bowl, so I do not need to spend a whole lot of extra time continuing to wash and wash and wash and things like that. It's not necessary. Cutting this apple, I'm just coring it. The best way to do that apple is just to cut around the core. I'm leaving the skin on. The skin adds a nice color to the chicken salad and a nice texture. Just cutting these into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to show you what that looks like so you can see all different shapes here. Bite-sized pieces so you get a crunch in every bite. I can hear someone asking, what about that apple? Is that apple going to start yellowing? It would start yellowing if I were not to put some liquid on it, like some mayonnaise and lemon juice. But because I am using lemon juice in this, your apple's gonna stay perfectly cream colored that it is now. So do not worry about your apples turning color, because that's not gonna happen. And I will promise you that as soon as I get these dry ingredients, you'll see how I get that liquid on there to help that preserve that color. Okay, guys? Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, I have some onion left over that from Easter we grilled out with my sister Ashley Jane and her family, and my mama and my good friend Diane came over, and Brandon and Ashley cooked up some amazing food on the grill, and these are left over. This onion happens to be very strong. If you were, yes, they're saying, oh my God, that is so strong. If you were in my kitchen, you would know that this onion is pretty intense. So I am not gonna use all of it that I have cut. I'm just gonna go ahead and use about that much because we don't want that onion to overtake. And celery, oh, did you see that? I beat the side of my bowl. Not okay, Wenday. Don't beat the side of your bowls with your knife. Okay, so celery is a very potent ingredient. So when you are using celery, I say you always use half as much celery as you would other ingredients, because we don't want the entire chicken salad, every single bite that you're getting, to taste like a big bowl of celery. So I'm gonna use, let's just say 1/8 of a cup of celery in this today. Okay, so this is what the celery looks like. As you can see, hopefully you can see that on the green. It is just half the amount that I used for that onion, okay? So let's see, what do we all have here? We have chicken shredded by hand or cut. We have 1 red apple. We have 1/4 of a cup of purple onion, and I have 1/8 of a cup of celery. We are going to put our cranberries in now. Cranberries add a beautiful color and a beautiful texture that is completely different than all of them. This is called the Statesman because it is a very stately sandwich, a very stately salad, because it is crunchy, it is beautiful, it is delicious, and it is used for brunches and lunches and everything all over the world. So we call it the Statesman. And I'm going to do a handful of almonds. You can use more or less based on your preference. I would say that I used 1/2 of a cup. I kind of keep all of those ingredients the same. That way they're kind of even throughout. Almonds are what I use. I have also used, just so you know, if you want to try something a little bit different, I have used pecans, candied pecans, and walnuts as well. And those are super good, but it seems like my customers' favorite are the almond, so that is what we are using today. And if you eat down at Stella and Irene's Cafe, which is where Wenday's Bakery and Boutique is, I sold, as you guys know, I sold the restaurant part of what I do because I just don't like cooking all day. Oh my goodness. So Pam owns that now, and she uses these recipes. So if you have it at the boutique, it's going to be the recipe that you are learning today. Let me get a drink of water. Okay, now let's get our liquids in. Here is a lemon. This is, you can use a Meyer lemon. This is just a normal lemon that I got at Walmart. Make sure you do not get seeds in your chicken salad because that will not be a good bite in there. As you can see, I'm just squeezing my lemon. in here. I'm also, I got a seed in there. Out. Okay, you can also zest this. I'm just using a knife to zest today. My zester's down the street. That adds a whole other level of flavor, you guys. So I'm going to just do one whole lemon in here. That's what we got. Okay. Feels good to do that too, unless you have a cut. If you have an open cut, my goodness, do not do this, please. Use lemon juice. Alrighty, next. So if you do not have, if you want to make this and you're like, hey, I have all the ingredients, or you don't want to buy a whole bag of lemons, or you don't have access to a lemon, I guess, you can always use 100% lemon juice too. And then it would be about, I would say about 1/8 of a cup of lemon juice, okay? Instead of that whole squeezed lemon, and you will have that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys is about the dry ingredients, so the spices that we're putting in here. So now that I have the lemon in, that apple is going to stay nice and pretty. Look at how this is increasing. So that chicken now turned, that was just like covering the bottom of this bowl. Well, now we have a whole, like half of a bowl full of food here because of all those ingredients just multiplied and multiplied and multiplied and multiplied. So this, like, it's kind of like a pasta salad. You start with a little and it just gets ginormous. Same thing with this chicken salad. It will continue to grow because you're adding all of those fresh ingredients. Okay. Are y'all with me? With me, with me. Next. We have pepper. You can use any kind of pepper that you want. You know I'm a fan of cracked pepper. So not everyone is a huge pepper fan, so I just count to like 5. Himalayan pink salt. I like it. Less sodium. It's a little bit healthier. It also has a beautiful density and a granulation that I like. You can use any kind of salt. You can use this. Sea salt. You can use iodized salt. Chicken absorbs salt. Same thing. Potatoes do the same thing. So I tend to salt a little heavy. Otherwise, it's really going to miss that. I counted to 13. 13 is a great number. Now we have onion powder. You know, I'm not a rule woman. I think the world has too many rules, too many shoulds, too many heavy things laid upon us. So when I have a rule, you know, if I have a rule, it's probably a good one. Onion powder, garlic powder. Never onion salt or garlic salt. If you accidentally, counting about 7 on these guys. If you accidentally got onion powder and onion salt and garlic salt, and you need to, and you want to use it because you just don't feel like throwing it away, then you need to make sure you don't add any other salt to this. Otherwise, you're going to be salted to the moon, and everyone's heart's going to hurt. So try and stay away from onion salts and garlic salt. Onion powder, garlic powder. You can also use granulated onion, granulated garlic. Okay? All right. Now, this is tarragon. Tarragon is what I currently use. I'm going to cover the top. I would say, guys, that I used about 3 tablespoons. Now, you could also use other things. I used to make it with walnut and thyme, Thyme. Then I had this little experiment at the boutique, and I had some of one and some of the other. And this one won out. That was probably like 6 months after I opened. And this one, 99%, hands down, people's favorite. And plus my friend Dana in Pensacola, Florida, who I'm going to see next weekend. Yay, I get to go home. I'm so glad. She likes to use tarragon, and she's the one who said, hey, Wenday, you could use tarragon instead of thyme and see if you like it. It adds a little bit more of a lemony flavor, and it is out of this world. So let's go back. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion, tarragon. So we have every single thing in our bowl now except for our mayonnaise. And it is going to be very important that you do not over mayo your chicken salad, because if you do, it's going to become soupy. And that's because there's lemon in it and there's apple in it, and those things already produce water on their own. So if you add too much mayonnaise, it's just gonna add more water and it's gonna be hard to eat. So I am going to use 2 dollops of mayonnaise. So that would be, this is a big spoon, so 2 big spoons of mayonnaise. I will just get that mayonnaise off of there, and I'm gonna use my hands. You guys, it's the best way to mix up this. If you are not a hand user, you are more than welcome to use that spoon you just put down. Just make sure you practice not beating the metal spoon on to your bowl, because we do not want to feed our friends, family, kids, customers metal shavings that comes off that spoon. Okay, there we go. This is what our chicken salad looks like. It is out of this world pretty. I'm going to bring that up close so you can see it, and then we're going to make a salad out of it. And now you know the secret to chicken salad. Wasn't that hard, was it? All right, here you go, guys. This is what it looks like. Beautiful chicken salad. Can you see the apple in there and the cranberry? And we made a huge bowl of it. Okay, let me grab a plate to make the salad. Okay, here we are. So I just have a wood board, one of these wood boards that I got at Ross department store for $5.99. It is wonderful for small charcuterie and all of that. Here is some fresh spinach leaves. That's what I like to use. You can also use spring mix. You can use really any kind of lettuce that you want, any kind of green. This just happens to be extremely healthy. And I make a pattern out of it. I just kind of make it go all the way down the plate, as you can see. So that's pretty like that. And then I'm gonna do some berries. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a lemon up. Remember, anyone can serve food, but it's your job to make things pretty, remember? So we're gonna do odd numbers here, because odd numbers are great. I did 3 lemons there. Do some strawberries. Remember how we can do the strawberries? I did wash those strawberries, you guys, if you're wondering. So I'm cutting slats in. So I'm holding the strawberry on my hand and I'm cutting slats down. Not quite all the way to the green. And then I fan out my strawberry. And we're gonna put that there. And we're gonna do, you can also set it down, you guys. Now that I'm not showing you, it's green size down, and then I'm cutting those slats. I think we need some more lemons here. Here we are. Pretty, 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 pretty. Okay. All right, I've got some blueberries. And I have some blackberries. Once again, I'm not spending a lot of time making it all perfect. So that's our bed of greens. So we've got spinach leaves, we've got some lemons, we got strawberry, blueberry, and blackberry. And now we're gonna dollop some of this chicken salad. And this can be, you can make this as big or as small as you want. So I am making this for my customers. So I'm gonna make it for 2 on this. So a chicken salad across the top here. All right, got that. Do a little bit of cracked pepper just for some color there. Okay. Now I do have some of that celery leaf that is left, and this celery leaf is very pretty. That will go nicely on the top. And our final strawberry. Because remember, odd numbers, so we have one line We've got that. Chicken salad in the middle and another line of fruit. So let's go ahead and put this beautiful strawberry right there on the top. Okay, see that, guys? Now I am going to serve this to them. I'm gonna wrap this up, and then they're gonna have some, I've got organic poppy seed dressing that I picked up for $2.99 at Trader Joe's, and I've got some balsamic vinegar. And I'm just gonna send a little bit, and we'll place that. You could place that like if you're doing this at your house. You could put 2 little pretty serving cups like this, or this. And let's do some almonds on the top too, just for looks here. But you could put your salad dressings right there, and this becomes your wonderful chicken salad. This right here, you guys, is 100% keto friendly, gluten-free, heart healthy, whole wonderful foods. And we made this in how many minutes? 31 minutes and 2 seconds. And that's even with me teaching. So remember the golden rule. If I can do this, then you can do it, and you can do it even better. So if you have any questions, you know my number, 813-255-5153. If you want to be a guest in my crazy kitchen as I make these videos, all you have to do is email me or watch this video and put it in the comments. I think that sounds like a little bit more fun. And you can come and be my guest, and you can eat this awesome food that we're making, and you can actually learn how to make it too. For all of my cooking classes that I have in person here in Council Bluffs, go to wendaskitchenboutique.com. Under the shop tab are all of my cooking classes. All of my spirituality and Zen-centered services are there too. And if you need anything, always know that I am right here. And I hope that, I hope that God blesses you, that all that is good is going wonderful in your life. And if you love yourself 100%, all of those quirky, weird, crazy, awesome things about you, you're on the right path. And don't ever feel bad for being 100% you. Who else are you going to be? You. You is best. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.